Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a COVID-infected taxi man here for the finals. There's got to be a bit of that going on, I do apologise. So, following on from rounds 9 and 10, these are the results going into the two final races for Season 2 of the GT86 Cup, and it is Chris Clements currently holding that first position with 184 points. Not far behind him, and I mean not far behind him, is Katinaz with 182, Ethan Graham with 175, Rob Shallon with a 159. Can't speak today, sorry, got to get that. Adam Piper at 134, and then 124 with John Thompson. Excuse me, Xavier McIntosh at 108. Ashley Sharp at 108. Then Edwards Knight with 79. Leon Walsh with 76. Liam New with 56. Then McEwen with 34 and Brindley with 30 at the bottom there. I am going to apologise now about the coughing. It's going to happen a bit throughout tonight. COVID sucks. COVID sucks. Let's have a look here. What's Ashley got to say? Even all, we have a guest racer this evening. It's Lewis Edwards as Mr. Slowly. He'll be joining us in the subway car. So there we go. Right, let's get on track and see what's going on. I believe we are now just waiting for qualifying to start. So let's see if we can see Mr. Slowly out there. Let's see Lewis Edwards. There he is in the subway car. And it is round one of my most favourite tracks in the world tonight. What a track for a final. It is the Nürburgring. And it is the good GP one where you've got the really tight NGK chicane at the end. I've played this a lot on Assetto Corsa, and it's the more fluid chicane in that one, which you can absolutely hang it around, but you can't do it on this track. You need to slow right down for that chicane and try not to get taken out by mass curbage. Excuse me, right. Chris, I'm so sorry about this, mate. This is COVID. This is what COVID has done to me. A little reduced me to. I can't believe it. So, Mr. Coffee Man tonight, Taxi Man, will definitely be preceding everything, and we're going to see how they get on with qualifying. I think it was 5.5 or 6 minutes on the clock as hot lap stints. I reckon we'll get at least 2 hot laps out of this once we get round. Everyone being quite bunched up at the moment while go around on the opening lap. You don't want to really be this. You want to find the slot to sort of fit in and sit behind in that magic 0.75 second window. As you can see, Xavier McIntosh just doing that at the moment. He's lining up behind the likes of Piper, Graham, and I believe it's Lewis Edwards at the front there in the subway car, but like I say, he just wants to get nice and close, but not close enough to jeopardise anything. Who have we got up front at the moment? It doesn't really count, or it does count. There we go. Katina, as I say, need to brake quite early for this corner as it is tight as houses. Taking it nice and fluidly there, Katinaz, leading the pack for qualifying. And around Coca-Cola he goes, that final hairpin onto the start-finish straight. I'm going to take you through track corner names if I can do while here at the same time. Why is this not working properly? Here we go. So we go down into the first corner, into Hug, and then up through the Mercedes Arena corners. Need to really watch it there. You don't want to push too hard. Then slow right down into first gear. Then back round here, power out. Again, don't want to push too wide and get an invalid lap on the exit of that corner. Following down towards the Valvoline curve, then down the hill to the Ford curve. And then you got a nice sort of slow meander down to the bottom of the hill where you then got the hairpin for the Dunlop curve. There we go, dive in, keep nice and tight, push back up the hill, maximum power up towards the Schumacher S's. There you go, take as much curb on both sides as you can do. I don't know if you have to lift off on those cars, probably have to just a little bit, just on the entrance to it. Turn in to Michelin, and then a little dab of power and off again round the Vorsteiner. What is this called? This is the Aardvanburgen corner. Yeah, love German stuff here. And then down towards the NGK chicane here. Again, take it. It's not too bad. Taking it nice and level in the greedy GT86 Cup car here around the Coca-Cola hairpin. And on the start-finish straight they go. Let's see what we're getting in forms of qualifying times from this then. First one in, 2:01, another 2:01, 2:02. Let's see them all come in now. And it does seem to be Katina, so it's held the top spot so far with a 2:01.1 and 2:01.2 for Xavier McIntosh. Sorry. Yeah, it is, sorry, Xavier McIntosh. And then you've got Ethan Graham in third position with a 1.4, 1.5 for for Adam Piper. Then Rob Schauler. Am I right here? Yeah, Rob Schauler here with another 1.5, then a 1.6 for Lewis Edwards. Then Chris Clements all the way back down in 7th after that first one with a 2.0, well, I'll say all the way back, it's on in instead of 2:01 but a 0.8. Then you jump into the 0.2s with a 2.4 for John Thompson and Ashley Sharp, our hostess with the mostest, with a 2 minutes 3 seconds 0.5. Let's see how everyone else is getting on to the chat. Say hello to me. GB on, guys, I need it. I've got a little can of Fanta here trying to give you courage to get through Sugar Rush. Oh, lovely. Let's see what else we've got here. Get on board with Ethan Graham. Currently in third. And give the toe to Xavier McIntosh. From the looks of it, he's going to jump around the outside up through the Schumacher S's there. I don't know if that's... Oh no, sorry, that's the NGK. There we go. And that is qualifying over and done with. Everyone else going to get their last times across the line. Let's see what it turns out to be. Any manoeuvre here. You can see that smashing his last time out the window with a 2 minutes flat 0.6 and also another 2 minutes flat 0.9 is Xavier McIntosh, who was taking advantage of the slip he had behind Ethan Graham. Ethan Graham not moving too well. He's dropped back down to 5th, and it's Lewis Edwards up into 3rd. Rob Schauler still 4th. Adam Piper now 6th. Chris Clements in 7th. Is Adam Piper going to improve on his last one? Can't see what's going on there. It's taking too long. I'm going to say that's a no. Then John Thompson 8th and Ashley Sharp 9th. There we go. There we have it. For race. What's happened? Why has it done that to me there? Right. Take 2. For race 11. 11 of the 12 in the series. This is how we start off. Katinas first, McIntosh second, Lewis third, Schauler fourth, Graham 5th, Piper 6th, Clement 7th, 8th is John Thompson, 9th is Ashley Sharp. We're looking for the green light, it's green, and away they go. Katinas cutting off and closing off any chance and advances by Xavier McIntosh there, but is that going to help him? Is Xavier going to get it around the outside? Also pushing and shoving by Lewis Edwards here into the first corner. That sent Xavier off miles. So with that, can he hold on to third? He has done for the time being. Rob Showler up into fourth now, hold on to his fourth. Ethan Graham now actually taking that fourth position. So is Chris Clements, he's coming back up into it as well. Lewis Edwards seems to have taken maximum advantage from all of that there, being up into second at the moment. And Katina's just off into the distance and at the front there. Oh, I can't think. John Thompson, 7th, and Adam Piper down in 8th. So he's not fared too well from the start of this, Adam Piper. Ashley Sharp still holding his position back in 9th position. Katinas still first. Lewis Edwards up in the second. Trying to cause upset in this final here. And it's Ethan Graham who is in front of Chris Clements at the moment in 4th position. Clements in 5th. Where is Katinas? He wants to get that win. He wants to get that maximum points. He wants to hope that people like Lewis Edwards can stave off anyone else coming near him and securing this championship if he can do it by points. But Xavier McIntosh is not wanting any of it. As they head down past the fast dog leg right and up towards the chicane. Here's where it's possible to all go wrong. Nothing quite yet, no upset. Katina's just holding on. He's dropped down to second. It's actually Lewis Edwards that's fared from all of this. And he's jumped up into first position, our guest driver for tonight. In first position already after lap 1. And it's leaving everyone who actually needs a point to scrabble behind him. Katinas currently championship leader in second. We then got Xavier McIntosh in third, and then Ethan Graham in fourth. Chris Clements just behind him in fifth here. Let's help. What else we got there? Rob Showler in sixth. John Thompson seventh, and then you've got a battle for these three in the back here. They did it last week. John Thompson, Adam Piper, and Ashley Sharp having a furious little back battle, seeing if they can take a fact. There's some definite wanderings off that line there, boys. I don't know if those were any invalid laps, but I'll let the adjudicators look into those. Mr. Slowly trying to extend his gap, get out that 1.7 slipstream advantage, and he's just about doing it as they head down towards the Dunlop hairpin. Katinas there, still hold on to second place, and Ethan Graham now up into third. He's got past Xavier McIntosh, and Xavier McIntosh not going to be pleased with that, but who else, the person could be even more upset about that is fifth position Chris Clements, who is currently in second in the championship standings. Does not need those extra points to be given to Ethan Graham at the moment. Ethan Graham wants to see if he can extend his third position and move up into that second, take it away from Katinas. 8 laps of this glorious track to go round, and we are currently on lap 2. Wet the whistle, sorry guys. For the time being, not too much being changed here. Bit of information about our racing. It is going to change after this season. I believe we are going to be going over to Gran Turismo 7. We are going to have the fun and games of what that's going to entail. But if we look back here, Rusty is under attack from no other than Rob Showler, who's in 6th and has got the inside line here around this set of corners in the Mercedes arena. Now, can he hold that position? Yes, he can. And that's unfortunately pushed Clements back down to 6th place. That's really not going to help him out when it comes to points in regards to the final of this thing. Excuse me. have a look on my side here. I want to get points again back up so I can just get everything put down correctly. Katsinas currently. Oh, what on earth has happened to this pen? What on earth? I literally touched it. It's just disintegrated, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Slowly. Still not being challenged by Katsinas quite yet, but he's trying to catch him back up to do something about it. Ethan Graham not managed to close that 700th of a second gap down quite yet. Right, there we go. Let's have a look here. So it's Clements who's currently in first with 184. Katsinas with this pen stops breaking. It was actually broken. Right, you can go over there. Foxtrot Oscar. And Katsinas with 182, and then Graham with 175. So I just want to get all this down so I can do the math at the end of all of this. Excuse me. Right, Katsinas making a challenge for first place into corner turn 1. He's got the inside line. He does take it, and watch out here. Ethan Graham's coming in. He's got up into second place here. Can he now try and take this first position and get maximum points from this here? Got pushed a bit wide from there, but he's got to try and go around the outside. He can't really do it on that corner there, but he has got up into second position. And with that, Lewis has dropped back down into third, and that is then Xavier McIntosh fourth, Rob Schowler 5th, and Chris Clements back down in 6th. So not looking good for the current championship leader, but with Lewis Edwards challenging back for second position from Ethan Graham, round Ford and down into Dunlop. A little touch there by Lewis Edwards. I don't know if it was just glitching or net coding or what happened there, but he's touched Ethan Graham, and Ethan Graham's gone back several spots. No, he's actually quit out. He is actually quit out, and I can sort of understand here because Lewis Edwards, the guest, has sort of come in and basically bumped him, which is shunting him to the back of the pack, meaning he's not going to get a chance to do anything. And has pretty much disrupted the whole stream of things. So at the moment, Katsinas is looking good for championship points from race 1 of this evening, depending if Lewis Edwards doesn't bump him as well, and go from there. Where is Chris Clements? He's now up into 5th, as Ethan Graham unfortunately has disconnected. Who's barking at who? So I've got 2 dogs barking at each other here. Shall I go get another bed? Is that what I need to do? I've got 2 dogs fighting over the same bone for some reason. There we go. Right, Mr. Slowly back up into first. Ethan Graham's left the room. Oh, unfortunately, he's got some really bad lag, and that's the reason why he's had to quit this race. He's got to back out, possibly come back for race 2, which is not going to help him points-wise, but hopefully might clear up some lag issues that he is having. So continue the race as we go on. Mr. Slowly, Lewis Edwards in first, currently Katsinas second, Rob Schowler third, Xavier McIntosh in fourth, and then Chris Clements in 5th. And with the points gap at the moment, it is going to put Chris Clements back down into second over Katsinas. Katsinas definitely going to take full advantage of this here. Let's see what the back fighters are doing. It's currently Adam Piper up into 6th. And John Thompson's getting the toe off him down this back straight to see if he can do anything through this next set of corners. Not enough at the moment. Anything into Coca-Cola. Both diving in. And coming out. Not at the moment. Nothing at the moment. Ashley Sharp at the back here in 8th position. Lewis Edwards now. Lovely, lovely first corner there. Going in, wide out, wide in and wide out on that corner. Pushing maybe a bit too hard into that third corner there, and it's giving Katinaz his rear bumper to push all over. That's what he's going to do. Let's have a look what else was going on here. We've got Rob Schauler, who is now just out the slipstream range of first and second and third position. It's not going to help him here. Trying to make those spaces back up. But Xavier McIntosh and him, it's basically a sort of him, Xavier McIntosh, and then just in the background, Chris Clements. See what they can do as they go up the Schumacher S's. And then you've got the back three of Adam Piper, John Thompson, and then Ashley Sharp, who's unfortunately a good few seconds behind John Thompson. I say a good few, up to 4 seconds here. So we have sort of split into mini battles here. Battle for first and second between Lewis and Katinaz. Then third, fourth, and fifth between Groot, McIntosh, and Clements. And Clements is coming up on the inside here into this corner, seeing if he can make his way through. 3 wide through the chicane, and it's going to go wrong. It didn't quite go wrong. Nearly lost out Rob Schauler there, but he managed to hold on to it. And round the inside he goes, and it is Xavier McIntosh, which is pushed just a little wide there. And potentially Chris Clements can dive down that inside and see if he can jump from 5th all the way up into 3rd, as he is holding that inside line for turn 1. No, early braking has forced him to only take 4th position, but it has pushed Xavier McIntosh back into 5th position, and he's now moved up into 4th. Rob Schauler, balls of steel, this man, not letting anything get to him through any of those corners there, just held his ground. No one got past him. You shall not pass was the call. And I've just realised we're actually on a penultimate lap now. So let's see how things can turn out. How's first and second hotting up? Nothing at the moment, still half a second in it. Lewis getting a bit wide into the entrance of Dunlop. We're still holding that half-second gap as they head up the hill towards the Schumacher S's. Schauler still 3rd, Clements 4th. He'll be wanting to try and close down that gap and see if he can do anything to get those few more points that 3rd position can give him. And at the moment nothing can be done. Clements dives on the outside, sees he can bully his way through on the chicane. McIntosh just sitting in the background waiting to see which body he's going to pick over, and Clements has done the late braking into that corner, but it has pushed him a little wide, and oh no, Rob Schauler has gone past, has been passed even, nearly made it back, but unfortunately just got a little bit of a kiss from his teammate Xavier McIntosh behind him and had to correct it, so he then jumped back into 4th position. So the Clements is now into a podium, and it is enough on this final lap to make it worthwhile and potentially go head to head. Oh no, oh yeah, sorry, I thought he dived too deep into turn 1 there. But yes, potentially it could be on as even between these two drivers going into the final, between Rusty and my hiccups and Chris Clements, I mean, and say Catinas, as he is literally one place behind him, and that's 2 points difference. You see, he's currently 2 points ahead. That will make him technically level. Excuse me. COVID is no joke. Right. Back up to the top two. Can Catinas do anything to upset that? Can he try and pull first position back over the next few corners and secure his lead in the championship going into race 2? A couple of flashes there by Lewis Edwards. Hello, sir. How are you doing? And around they go, down the hill. He's really gaining on. He's on the slipstream. Is he going to do the dive out last second to see what he can do? He is. He's got to see what he can do. Into the chicane they go. And he's just had to back off there. He couldn't do anything quite yet. Is anything he can do around the last corner? Into the Pepsi, into the Coca-Cola corner. Pepsi, forgive me. Other drinks are available. And it does seem to be the case. It is a first place for Lewis Edwards and a second place for Catinas. And who's it going to be here? Oh no, Schauler. Oh no, Clements. Clements then Schauler. Look at the pair of them, so close. So it was Clements, then Schauler, then Xavier McIntosh, and then Adam Piper, followed by John Thompson, and then Ashley Sharp at the end there. So what a race finish for these two. So that would be 22, 24, so he's going to get 204 points with Chris Clements into this final. Catinas joining him with, I believe, another 204 points as he gets 22. So that does mean they are neck and neck into this final, where we will see the return of Ethan Graham, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough for him to do anything to make a mark on this, at least for winning the championship. Excuse me. Oh dear. Right, okie dokies. Excuse me. Well, that is race 1 of 2 done for this evening. So that does mean we've got one race left of this GT86 Cup Season 2. And we have got a tie going into this final race. And as we all know... Oh, here we go. Update from Ashley. 9 points going into the final race. I believe both first and second, or at least Clements and Catinas, 204. So it's been confirmed by Ashley Sharp. Eyes in the sky. Oh, Catinas got 206. Oh, my math is all wrong. My math is all wrong. So there is still 2 points in it. At the moment, Catinas is leading this championship. So let's see what happens. Yes. GT86 has got PP and fastest lap points, so we forgot he did the fastest lap, so that gives you an extra points as well. So bit of sportsmanship there from Clements, saying good luck in the final lap. As we know, they start in reverse order for this race, so our winners of race 1 and 2 will be at the back of the pack and have to fight all their way up to the front to get maximum points, or at least front of the other, to get over their opponent. Oh, forgive me, I'm sorry about the coughing, everybody. It really is. I generally did do. If I was worried that we were going to have the final last week, and I wouldn't be able to commentate for it because I just couldn't speak at all. Got you here. Let's remind you that we have got many more things to come and a community for you to come and join. Come find us on Facebook. That's Full Throttle Racing. We do have a Discord. All our information is in the Facebook chat and in the information there. Come join us. Come take part. Be involved in next season. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know if we're sticking with the GT86s, but we're just doing it in Gran Turismo or what. I'm not sure. But unfortunately, due to COVID, I've not been able to play it as much. Yeah, you would have thought I'd be all over that like a bag of rice, wouldn't you? But unfortunately not. Because literally I was so discombobulated I couldn't even think straight. So trying to drive was just not going to happen. And I've got all the licenses to do yet. Completed the cafe, but not done any of the licenses. So that and the little challenge things that you've got to do. Now they fix the right tyres for stuff like dirt tyres and drift tyres, etc. So should be interesting to see what happens. Now on board with Chris Clements. And we'll go in a couple of minutes, says our race adjudicator, Ashley Sharp. Right, here we start in 5 seconds. Final commences for Season 2 of the GT86 Cup on Gran Turismo Sport. Here we go, Ashley Sharp at the front with John Thompson, Adam Piper third, Save McIntosh fourth, Rob Schauler fifth, Chris Clement sixth, Katina seventh, Lewis Edwards eighth, and then unfortunately Ethan Graham at the back there ninth because he had the lag connections at the first race. And off we go. Is Adam Piper going to be able to defend that first position? Down into turn one there. He's not moved over, so it's going to be John Thompson's, I think, from the looks of it. It is. No, it's not. It's going to be Adam Piper's because, oh, definitely some pushing and shoving there by Adam Piper, but John Thompson held on to it there. Adam Piper on the outside, dropped back down into third. Ashley Sharp fourth. Now Chris Clements already up into fourth position here from the very back and diving up into third if he can do. There's Rob Schauler trying to make his manoeuvre into fifth, and then we've got Lewis Edwards in sixth, and then Ethan Graham seventh, Xavier McIntosh and Katinaz not managing to do too much at the moment, still in ninth position at the very back. He wants to try and change that if he can. John Thompson making a bit of a sprint for a 1 second gap already in first position. Ashley Sharp holding up the pack in second. Who's breathed down his neck? It is Chris Clements. Looks to see if he can dive down the inside. No, he can't. Adam Piper just behind. They're getting challenged for fourth position by Rob Schauler. He has lost that fourth position. And Lewis Edwards wants to see if he can follow through on the outside of the Schumacher S's and take that fifth from Piper and put him down into sixth. And from the looks of it, he has, but he's still got the inside line into this next corner. So Piper might be able to take it back. No, he can't. Round the Vorsteiner curve they go. Piper down to sixth. Ethan Graham seventh. Xavier McIntosh eighth, and Katinaz down in ninth. At the moment, this is not where Katinaz wants to be. He wants to be up a lot more spaces, as he's only got the 2-point gap between him and Clements. And that is Xavier McIntosh back down to ninth there after some poor taking of the NGK chicane. A lot of pushing and shoving round the Coca-Cola corner, and you know what? Look who is in second place already. That is Chris Clements. Chris Clements already up into second position, and all he has to do is just hold this position really for the rest of the race and hope that Katinaz can't get up round and do anything to take that away from him. Ashley Sharp still hold on to third. He's got to come under attack from Rob Schauler, who's eking up the inside, trying to go round the Mercedes Arena corners. Nothing he can do at the moment. Ethan Graham wants to go on the attack now, as they are now side by side through these next set of corners. And there is Ethan Graham up into fourth and Schauler down into fifth. Lewis Edwards in sixth and Adam Piper seventh. Adam Piper now down into eighth, as Katinaz is starting to make a manoeuvre up into eighth. He's gone past Adam Piper. He wants to make it and start getting up the pecking order. It's made it very difficult for him not doing that in the first corner there, because there's a lot of drivers who are very good at defending, and Adam Piper is one of them, and trying to get all those spaces back with only 7 laps remaining is not even that, with 5 laps remaining, it's going to be difficult. There we got Lewis Edwards still hold on to 6th, Rob Schauler 4th, and Ashley Sharp doing a sterling job holding on to 3rd position here, not letting anyone get past him, but master of defence. Down they go, all piling up towards the NGK chicane. No one diving out to see what they can do. Everyone keeping it in order. Rob Schauler wants to see if he can do anything. He can't. He has gone into the grass for that though. And he's managed to hold on to his 5th position. He's lost out to that. Lewis Edwards gone round him on the Coca-Cola corner there. Has he given it back on the switchback on that though? Down the back, start finish straight. He has. Excuse me. Sorry, I am back. And Ethan Graham is up into third position now. He has got past Ashley Sharp while I was having my coughing fit, and I couldn't comment on it, sorry. And he has got a good 2.1 seconds to close, or basically 2 seconds to close down on second place on Chris Clements. Chris Clements doing his darndest to catch back up to John Thompson, who at the moment is holding off and keeping that near 1 second gap just out of slipstream range, which is sterling effort against this driver who's pushing so hard to try and secure this championship victory as they go round Vorsteiner. Where do we say is Katinas? He's back down in 7th. He's managed to get past Adam Piper. He needs to now get past Lewis Edwards, Schauler, Ashley Sharp, and then up past Ethan Graham. Don't know if he can do that, but the gauntlet has been thrown down. Let's see what can be done. A few people wide into the chicane there, and is that left people vulnerable into Coca-Cola? It has done. Katinas just wanted to, eke round as he can do. Can he hold that position right behind Lewis Edwards and use his slip to try and take him on? He has done. He's up into 6th for now. And can he take 5th from Ashley Sharp? Yes, he can. And he's gone to 4th. What a go around the inside of that turn one there. Bit too much. It has pushed him back down into 5th again. But he nearly had 4th position after being super cheeky. See what he can do. Starting to climb back up that very greasy pole. And so far it is Ethan Graham who's got fastest lap of this race. So he's not going to get that advantage from him quite yet. And the battle between 4th and 5th will continue here. Let's move up the pack. See what's going on. Ethan Graham closing that gap down. It was 2.1, it's now 1.8. And Chris Clements has definitely closed that gap down between him and John Thompson here. This is what he wants to do. If he can get into that first position here and just put more and more cars between him and Katinas, this is a done deal. Breaking down into the left and then right of Vorsteiner. Around the fast right hand down towards, or up the hill towards the NGK chicanes. Anything being done just yet? No, he's keeping his cool. Possibly just waiting for a little slip up and see what he can do. Car got sent a little scriffy on the exit of that turn there as he took too much of the bollard. And nothing can be done quite yet. Let's have a look here. Katinas, a good second behind. Oh, Lewis Edwards at the moment there. And what's going on here is Ethan Graham, is Chris Clements going to try and do it? Is he going to try and do it now around the inside? No, he couldn't. He just couldn't get his nose in front enough. I saw him looking. Just couldn't get his nose in front of here. Is he going to try and brake earlier to try and get the cut back on these two corners on there? Through the Mercedes complex of the Mercedes arena. And it was a good exit of that corner there. So he's definitely closing him down, heading towards Ford. Ethan Graham doing a sterling job as well. He's now close that was 2.1 second gap, then 1.8, and now it's only. Oh, look at that! What's happened to Chris Clements? What's happened to Chris Clements there? He's just dropped that spot back, and he's now down into third, and Ethan Graham's just gone sailing past him. I don't know if there was just a bit of an issue there with either accelerator pedal or controller, because he just went past him like he was stood still. But unfortunately, that has not worked out well for Chris Clements. He's now dropped back down into third. It's still safe gap between him and Katinas, who's still in 5th position. Not managed to close that gap down between him and Lewis Edwards. And with that, he's keeping himself just outside of slipstream range, so can't attack as much as he wants to. Rob Schowler in 6th, Adam Piper 7th, Xavier McIntosh in 8th, and then unfortunately a big gap between our guy and our master who runs the saw, Ashley Sharp, in 9th. John Thompson still holding that 1st position here. Sterling effort done by this man, not letting anything phase him. The guy from USA absolutely flying around this track. Ethan Graham up into 2nd here, and it will do him well just to try and get as much points as possible. I think he will definitely secure him that 3rd position, I think, but we'll have to have a look. Yeah, it will secure that 3rd position just about, if he can hold off, because it is Rob Schowler who is currently in 6th, who would be his nearest contender to that. And I don't know what's happening to Chris Clements, but he's dropping further and further back, and the person who's catching up to him is Lewis Edwards, and the guy behind Lewis Edwards is Katinas, so that's not what he wants here. I don't think he's going to be under threat from Katinas with only 2 laps left to go, but he does not want to have just that 1 space gap in points to make it there. He wants to keep someone in between and make sure there's enough space in the points to secure the championship victory. Katinas here, head around the 2 corners, around Michelin, there around Vorsteiner, down the hill. I just want to give a massive shout out to our Yankee, John Thompson, who, when he has got the opportunity to, will absolutely shine. As you can see here, he's held on to this 1st position pretty much from lap 1 all the way through this whole 2nd race. And Ethan Graham is doing his hardest to try and catch him back up and see if he can take that back in, get some maximum points, try and chip away at whatever he can do, but it's going to be very, very difficult for him. Chris Clements here under threat from Lewis Edwards, and he wants to play it cool as he can do now. Last thing he wants to do is overdo something on the defence and leave himself vulnerable to Katinas catching him back up. So you guys are on the penultimate lap. Lewis Edwards getting really up behind Clements, letting him know he's there. A lot more than 200 of a second in it. Round 4 they go, down towards Dunlop. Will he be looking to try and break out and take out the inside? No, he's not. He's going to take the wider line and see if he can get a bit more speed up that hill towards the Schumacher S's. I'll tell you what, he has done. He's closing that gap massively down. And is Lewis going to do anything about this? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. There's not much these guys can do. Where is Katinas during all of this? He's still 1.6 seconds away from it. So here we go. These are the fights which are happening currently. 1st and 2nd, Ethan Graham and John Thompson battling away. Then 2nd and 3rd and 4th for Chris Clements and Lewis Edwards. They're both getting very, very wonky on the exit of the NGK chicane, sorry, my apologies. and just both holding on to it, both keeping their positions where they are. I just want to see if anyone decides to dip out last minute and see if they're going to try and challenge anything here. Clements just holding that inside line, defending it from Lewis. Edwards not getting a chance to do anything about it quite yet. And I'll tell you what, John Thompson's not been able to let anyone near him at all. He's just not let anyone near him at all. Another second gap between him and Ethan Graham, who seems to close it down to nearly half a second and then it regrows again. So there's no stopping this one, no stopping this guy. Ethan Graham in second, Chris Clements third, Lewis Edwards fourth, and then Katinaz down in fifth, Rob Shoutler sixth. Then the gap between him and Adam Piper and Xavier McIntosh. There's another little fight happening here. Xavier wants to see if he can get up into seventh on the final of this lap. Dive down on the inside through Dunlop. Can he hold it? They're holding it side by side up the hill. They go towards the Schumacher S's. What can be done here? No one's going to back out. It is McIntosh just into... Oh, he's just managed to thread it through on the second half of that S there. Lovely jubbly. Really like that. And then we got Ashley Sharp down in fifth. And it is all hotting up in the last few corners of this race. I think Clements has just about clinched it with the points difference here. Ethan Graham in second, Clements third, Lewis fourth, and then Katinaz fifth. But let's go up to our race leader, who's done a brilliant job so far today at race 2, taking his championship lead, or taking the lead for the final race of the championship. It's John Thompson, then followed by Ethan Graham second, Chris Clements third, fourth place Lewis Edwards, fifth place Katinaz, Rob Schauler sixth, Adam Piper seventh, Xavier McIntosh came eighth in the end there, and then Ashley Sharp, give us a flash mate as you come across the line, in ninth position. There we go. There we go. There we go. What a result. And I just want to see if Ashley's going to let us know in the chat. Congratulations again to John Thompson. Went up from second and held it that first position all the way through. I just want to see if Ashley's going to put up the final points to see what has happened there. I do think it's going to be potentially a win for Chris Clements. Anything going to be said by Ashley here? It is official. Katina saying well done and congratulations. And it is Chris Clements that wins Season 2 of the GT86 Cup Final. Come back with us. We'll be back. I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after. We're going to move over to GT7. We're going to do some more racing there. Catch back up. It will be me commentating to all of this. But from me, Daxi Man, the guys at Full Throttle Racing, thank you so much. We will see you on the flip side. Like I said, like this, give us a thumbs up, do that algorithm business world of good. Also hit subscribe, and then also hit alarm if you want to hear my horribly dulcet tones again. Forgive me, I do have COVID, that's my excuse. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, it is oodles from me. Oodles!